Hello, and welcome to my Beatles YouTube channel. If you like the Beatles, please make sure you subscribe and you check out my other videos because I'm sure you're gonna find them interesting. This is another episode of a new series called Secrets of the Beatles, in which we analyze every single Beatles song one episode at a time. Every episode is divided into 5 different sections: the story behind the song, in the studio, decoding the lyrics, breaking down the music, and legacy and impact. Today's song is A Taste of Honey from the Beatles' debut album Please Please Me. So let's go ahead with our first section.
The story behind the song, behind the song.
Just like many other songs of the Beatles' first album, Please Please Me, A Taste of Honey was not written by the Beatles. The song is a pop standard written by Bobby Scott and Rick Marlowe. It was originally an instrumental track or recurring theme written for the 1960 Broadway version of the 1958 British play A Taste of Honey, which was also made into a film of the same name in 1961. The original version of this song and a later recording by Herb Alpert in 1965 earned the song 4 Grammy Awards. A vocal version of A Taste of Honey proved successful for Lenny Welch in mid-1962. The Beatles performed Lenny Welch's version as part of their stage act in 1962, slightly changing the lyrics. Because of an instrumental version of A Taste of Honey by Acker Bilk was popular in the UK at the time, the Beatles decided to include the song on their first album, Please Please Me. A live version of that time was released in 1977 on the album The Beatles Live at the Star Club in Hamburg, Germany. So let's go ahead with our next section.
In the studio, recording the song.
A Taste of Honey was recorded by the Beatles on the 11th of February 1963 at Abbey Road Studios, of course at that time it was called EMI Studios, in London. And it was during a marathon session in which they recorded 10 out of the 14 songs of the Beatles' debut album Please Please Me. Producer George Martin have been to Liverpool and have seen the Beatles played live at the Cavern Club, so he wanted to recreate that energy in the studio. That's why he asked the Beatles to perform all their songs in one day as if it was another show. The Beatles also recorded A Taste of Honey 7 times on different BBC radio shows, including Here We Go, Side by Side, and Easy Beat. So let's go ahead with our next section.
This is decoding the lyrics.
The lyrics of A Taste of Honey evoke the lingering memory of a romantic encounter. Like when you meet someone who is so great that you can't stop thinking about them. It hasn't happened to me, but I've been told. I dream of your first kiss, and then I feel upon my lips a taste much sweeter than wine. You can still feel it, it's the lingering memory of a great moment. They haven't mentioned which wine, some wine is not sweet at all. And then it says, I will return, I'll come back for the honey and you. Hi, sorry to interrupt the video. Just a very quick, very important announcement. I published a book. That's right, I published a book. It's called From the Cavern to Abbey Road, A Journey Through the Beatles' Iconic Landmarks. In this book, we see the story of the Beatles from the places where everything happened. Some of them are famous, like let's say Abbey Road Studios, and some of them perhaps not so famous, like for example the art gallery where John and Yoko met. I put a lot of work and effort into this book, and it would help me so much if you grabbed a copy. It's available on Amazon all around the world, so if you want your copy, please go to the link in the description. Thank you. Now back to the video. So let's go ahead with our next section.
Breaking down the music, breaking down the music, breaking down the music, breaking down the music.
The Beatles' version of A Taste of Honey is only 2 minutes and 1 second long. Very short, just like many other songs on the Beatles' first album, Please Please Me. A Taste of Honey is in 3/4, which is quite unusual in the Beatles' music. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, We go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm gonna show you something about the harmony. In A Taste of Honey, we have a descending melody line in the harmony. So we go F sharp, and then F sharp major 7, and then F sharp 7. So this is the descending line. Similar to something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. So here we have, and in something, same harmony. And then in both cases we end up in the 4th grade of the scale, which is B in the case of A Taste of Honey. I dream of your first kiss, and then I feel upon my lips again a taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. So here we go, 3rd and 7th, and then back to the 1st. And I really like this change of chords when it goes together with the melody. It's very beautiful. So let's go ahead with our final section.
And finally, this is legacy and impact.
The Beatles' version of A Taste of Honey was included on their first album, Please Please Me, which was released on the 22nd of March 1963, and it reached the top spot on the UK Records chart, and it stayed there for 30 weeks. The song was also included in the Beatles' first album in America, Introducing the Beatles. In 1967, Paul McCartney wrote Your Mother Should Know, a song from the Magical Mystery Tour album, inspired by a line on the screenplay A Taste of Honey. So this is pretty much it for now. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. There is a PayPal link for donations. Of course, every donation will be absolutely appreciated. You can also buy my book. That would make me very, very happy indeed. Or the free option is just to subscribe to this YouTube channel and maybe click on the bell icon so you're the first to know when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Well, I'm afraid that's us run out of time.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
Well,
So,
Bye, everyone.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you